All right? You ever feel like you're stuck in the middle of a storm? Like life's got you spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast? Well, let me tell you, there's a bigger picture at play here. Life, it's a masterpiece in progress, and you, my friend, the canvas. But here's the kicker. Sometimes we've got to let go of the brush and let the ultimate artist take over. That's right, I'm talking about God. He's got a plan for you, a masterpiece that's already sketched out. And today's the day you stop fighting the process and start stepping into the life you're meant to live. Let's take that first step together. Let's go. There's a certain discomfort in not knowing exactly where life is taking us. As humans, we crave control, certainty, and clear direction. We want to see the entire staircase before taking the first step. But life, especially a life aligned with faith, doesn't work that way. The process of growth, healing, and transformation often requires walking through seasons of uncertainty. Doesn't it matter whether the path brings peace, honor, and joy? Trusting the process means believing that even when the path ahead is unclear, there is a purpose behind every step you take. When you plant a seed, you don't immediately see results. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust that beneath the surface, roots are forming. The same principle applies to your life. God often works in the unseen places, developing your character, building your strength, and aligning circumstances to prepare you for what's ahead. This requires patience, persistence, and the ability to let go of the need to see instant results. It's tempting to question everything when things don't go according to plan. Why didn't you get that promotion? Why did that relationship end? Why does it feel like nothing is happening even when you're giving it your all? These moments of doubt are when trusting the process becomes vital. It's about leaning into the uncertainty, knowing that every challenge and every delay is shaping you for something greater. The process may involve detours, unexpected turns, and even pain, but each experience is part of the puzzle. Often it's only when you look back that you can connect the dots and see how every moment had a purpose. Trusting the process requires faith in what you cannot see, but believing wholeheartedly that every step is leading you closer to where you're meant to be. Surrendering control to God's plan is one of the hardest things we're called to do. As humans, we naturally want to hold the reins, map out our lives, and dictate how things should unfold. We cling tightly to our own visions, convinced that we know what's best. But there comes a point when we realize that our limited understanding is no match for the divine wisdom of God's plan. It's in that moment that true surrender begins. Surrender isn't about giving up, it's about letting go. Letting go of the need to micromanage every detail. Letting go of the fear that if you're not in control, everything will fall apart. It's choosing to trust that God's perspective is far greater than your own. He sees the whole picture, the beginning, the middle, and the end, while we see only fragments. When you surrender control, you open yourself up to possibilities that are far beyond what you could ever imagine. It's like loosening your grip on the steering wheel and allowing God to take over the journey. Yes, it may feel uncertain at times. Yes, it requires stepping outside your comfort zone. But surrendering to his plan and allow him to guide you toward blessings, lessons, and opportunities you could never create on your own. The act of surrender doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy or free of challenges. It means acknowledging that you don't have to carry the weight of every decision and outcome on your own shoulders. It means trusting that even when the road is unclear, God is leading you in the right direction. True peace comes not from controlling every aspect of life, but from knowing that the one in control is always working for your good. He taught me that growth often comes through discomfort. a truth that's easy to understand in theory, but hard to embrace in practice. We all want to grow, become stronger, wiser, more resilient, but often forget that real transformation rarely happens in comfort zones. It's the moments of struggle, pain, and uncertainty that push us to evolve into who we are meant to be. Think about how muscles grow. When you lift weights, you're essentially tearing muscle fibers. That tearing process is painful, but it's necessary for the muscles to rebuild themselves stronger. The same principle applies to personal growth. Discomfort stretches us, challenges us, and reveals parts of ourselves that would remain hidden if life were always easy. Discomfort often feels like resistance. It shows up when things don't go as planned, when relationships end, or when you're faced with a challenge that seems bigger than you. In these moments, it's tempting to retreat, to avoid the pain, or to look for shortcuts. But the truth is, growth requires leaning into the discomfort, facing it head on, and allowing it to shape you. When you step outside your comfort zone, you're forced to confront fears, doubts, and limitations that hold you back. It's uncomfortable, but it's also empowering. Each time you push through the discomfort, you become a little stronger, a little braver, and a little more capable of handling whatever comes your way. Discomfort is not a sign of failure. It's the sign that you're in the process of becoming. It's in these moments of challenge that you discover what you're truly made of. Growth demands discomfort because it's only through being stretched, tested, and refined that we become the best versions of ourselves. Faith is a daily practice, not a one-time decision. It's not something you choose once and forget about. It's something you must actively nurture every single day. Faith requires intention, discipline, and a commitment to trust in what you cannot see, especially when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. Every morning you're faced with a choice to approach the day with faith or to let fear and doubt take control. It's easy to say you have faith when things are going smoothly, but real faith shows up when challenges arise, when the answers aren't clear, and the path feels uncertain. It's in those moments that you must decide over and over again to trust in God's plan, even when it doesn't align with your own. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. It grows through consistent action, through prayer, reflection, and stepping out in trust, even when the outcome is unknown. It's in the small, everyday moments where faith is tested and strengthened. When you choose to speak life over your circumstances instead of negativity. When you take a step forward despite your fears, and when you find peace in knowing that you're not in control, but are being guided by someone who is. There will be days when faith feels easy and days when it feels like a struggle. But practicing faith daily means showing up regardless of how you feel. It's trusting that God's promises hold true, even when you can't see them manifesting yet. Each day is an opportunity to renew your faith, to take a step forward in trust, and to align yourself with the divine purpose that's unfolding in your life. Faith is not a destination. It's a daily journey. God's timing is perfect. Wait for it. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, waiting can feel like the hardest thing to do. When you've prayed, worked hard, and poured your heart into something, it's natural to want the results right away. But God doesn't operate on our timelines, and His timing often doesn't align with our expectations. Still, it's in that gap between desire and fulfillment where trust is cultivated and His perfect plan is revealed. Waiting on God's timing is not a passive process. It's an active demonstration of faith. It requires patience, perseverance, and the belief that what's coming is better than anything you could force into existence on your own. God's delays are not denial. Sometimes He withholds certain blessings because you're not ready to receive them yet. Other times, the delay is about aligning circumstances, opening the right doors, or preparing you for the weight of the blessing ahead. Think of a seed planted in the ground. It takes time to grow, to break through the soil, and to blossom into its full potential. You don't see the roots forming beneath the surface, but they're essential for the plant's strength and stability. Similarly, God is often working behind the scenes, laying the foundation for something far greater than you can imagine. Impatience can lead to frustration, but waiting with trust allows peace to take root in your heart. It's a reminder that you don't have to strive or force things to happen. The right opportunities, relationships, and outcomes will come in God's perfect timing. And when they do, you'll realize that the wait was never wasted. It was preparing you for the moment when everything would finally align. Embrace setbacks as divine setups. Life is full of unexpected challenges. Moments when things don't go as planned, when doors close, or when circumstances seem to crumble beneath your feet. It's easy to view setbacks as failures or signs that you're on the wrong path. But what if those very obstacles are part of God's plan to prepare you for something greater? A setback is often the catalyst for growth and redirection. When a plan falls apart, it creates space for something new to emerge, something better aligned with your purpose. Sometimes God allows setbacks not to punish you, but to shift your focus, strengthen your faith, or position you for a breakthrough you couldn't see coming. Consider how many stories of success are built on moments of failure. People often look back on their greatest setbacks and realize they were pivotal turning points. Moments that forced them to dig deeper, refine their goals, and persevere in ways they never would have otherwise. The same is true in your journey. Every closed door, every disappointment, and every unexpected detour carries the potential for transformation. Instead of resisting setbacks, embrace them as part of the process. Ask yourself what lessons they're teaching you and what opportunities they're revealing. Trust that God is using these moments to shape your character, sharpen your vision, and prepare you for what's ahead. Setbacks are not the end of the story. They're often the beginning of something bigger. It's in these moments of uncertainty and struggle that you'll find the strength to rise and the faith to believe that the best is still to come. Gratitude opens the door to blessings. It's easy to focus on what's missing in life, the opportunities you haven't had, the prayers that haven't been answered, or the challenges you're still facing. But when you shift your focus to what you already have, something incredible happens. Gratitude has the power to transform not just your perspective, but your entire life. When you cultivate gratitude, you acknowledge the blessings that are already present, no matter how small they may seem. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, you begin to see the countless ways God is working in your life. Each moment of gratitude strengthens your connection to Him, reminding you of His faithfulness and provision. Gratitude isn't about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of challenges, there are still things to be thankful for. It might be the breath in your lungs, the lessons you've learned through hardship, or the people who support and uplift you. These are gifts, and acknowledging them opens your heart to receive even more. When you express gratitude, it creates a ripple effect. It changes how you see your circumstances and influences the energy you bring to the world around you. People who practice gratitude tend to attract more opportunities, stronger relationships, and deeper joy. Why? Because gratitude aligns your heart with God's goodness, creating a fertile ground for His blessings to flourish. The more you focus on what you have, the more you'll realize how much you've already been given. Gratitude isn't just a response to blessings. It's the key that unlocks even more. It invites abundance, peace, and purpose into your life in ways you never imagined. Purpose is revealed in the journey, not the destination. So often we become fixated on the end goal, on reaching a specific milestone, achieving a dream, or fulfilling a vision we've held for years. We think, once I get there, I'll understand my purpose. Or when I accomplish this, everything will make sense. But the truth is, your purpose is not something waiting for you at the finish line. It's unfolding every step of the way. The journey is where the real transformation happens. It's in the day-to-day experiences, challenges, and small victories that your purpose is shaped and revealed. Every conversation, every choice, and every moment of growth is a piece of the puzzle. Sometimes the road will twist and turn in ways you didn't expect, but even those detours are part of the process. They teach you lessons, build your character, and prepare you for the greater things ahead. And that we often overlook the significance of the present moment because we're so focused on the future, but God uses the journey to mold us into the person we're meant to become. He's not just interested in what you achieve. He's interested in who you become along the way. The struggles, the waiting, the moments of doubt, all of it serves a purpose. When you embrace the journey, you begin to see that your purpose isn't just about where you're going, but how you live and grow in the process. You realize that the steps you take today, no matter how small, are just as important as the destination itself. Purpose isn't something you find, it's something you live one moment, one decision, one step at a time. Let go of fear and step into faith. Fear has a way of keeping us stuck, paralyzing us from taking the steps we know we need to take. It tells us we're not enough, that we'll fail, or that the unknown is too risky. Fear often masquerades as a protective instinct, but it only limits our potential. Stepping into faith means releasing that fear and trusting in a power greater than ourselves. Stepping into faith means releasing that fear and trusting in a power greater than ourselves. Faith is the antidote to fear. When you choose faith, you're not ignoring the reality of your fears, but you're choosing to believe that God is greater than whatever you face. Faith is an active decision to trust that He has a plan for your life, even when the path isn't clear. It's stepping forward in confidence, knowing that you don't walk alone. Fear keeps you looking backward at mistakes, at past failures, at what could go wrong. Faith propels you forward, giving you the courage to move despite the uncertainty. When you step into faith, you acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, but you trust that God does. It's easy to say, I have faith when everything's going smoothly, but true faith is revealed in the moments of doubt, in the face of uncertainty, when fear tries to take hold. In those moments, you make the choice to move forward anyway. You embrace the unknown, knowing that God will guide you every step of the way. Letting go of fear and stepping into faith doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means choosing to believe that God is bigger than your fears. And with Him, there is no reason to hold back. When you step into faith, you step into freedom, possibility, and a life aligned with purpose. God's love transforms lives, starting with yours. It's easy to think of love as a feeling, something fleeting or conditional based on circumstances. But God's love is unlike anything we experience on earth. It's unconditional, unshakable, and transformative. It doesn't just change the way we feel, it changes the very essence of who we are. When you truly understand the depth of God's love, it's impossible to remain unchanged. His love isn't just something you receive once, it's something that continually works in your life, shaping you, healing you, and calling you to a higher purpose. God's love has the power to break chains, mend broken hearts, and renew minds. It takes you from where you are and propels you toward the person you're meant to become. But the transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. God's love works in you gradually, gently molding your heart and mind. Sometimes the process is painful, as His love convicts us of areas that need healing or growth. Other times, it's overwhelmingly beautiful, filling you with peace, joy, and a sense of belonging that you never thought possible. No matter where you are in life, God's love is a constant force in your life, patiently waiting for you to accept it, embrace it, and let it transform you. When you allow God's love to take root in your heart, it begins to overflow into every area of your life, your relationships, your work, your dreams, and your actions. His love doesn't just change the way you live, it changes the way you see the world. God's love is the most powerful force on earth, and when you let it transform you, you become an agent of transformation in the world around you. His love is the foundation of everything, and it has the power to change not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. As we wrap up today, remember this: your journey is uniquely yours, and though the road may not always be smooth, every step is purposeful. Trust the process, even when it's unclear, knowing that God is working behind the scenes. Surrender control and watch as He unfolds a plan greater than you could ever imagine. Embrace the discomfort, for in it lies the growth and strength you need to move forward. Practice faith daily, for it is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Wait for God's perfect timing and recognize that every setback is simply a setup for something greater. Be grateful for what you have now, because gratitude opens the door to even more blessings. Know that your purpose isn't somewhere in the future. It's unfolding right now in the journey you're on. Let go of fear and step into the faith that God has placed in you, because that's where true freedom and transformation begin. And above all, remember that God's love is the force that drives it all. It is not just something you receive, it's something that changes you, and through you, the world. So step forward today knowing that God is with you, guiding you and transforming you every step of the way. You are not alone. His love is with you, His purpose is for you, and your life is about to be changed in ways you can't even imagine. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep trusting, because God is doing something incredible in and through you.